basically turn those into instructors. Use that data to turn them into instructors. And I've reached out to a few companies, but I've got a few questions because I get some people are like, oh, it's really easy, no problem. I'll get you a working prototype by tomorrow. Other people are like, oh, we need to spend a great deal of time structuring the database. This is going to take 2 months. So I guess where to start on this? So I think the first question is this a usual use of language models?
Yes, absolutely. That's the use case of conversational AI, where there will be the knowledge base, which contains the data of those thousands of hours of video, and the AI agent, which is prompted in the way to provide the most valuable responses to your trading academy students based on that knowledge base. So yeah, that's pretty common use case.
Cool. So the first question, first question, um, how do we collate this data properly? Like, how do we get these videos into like what would be the best ways to go about doing this if I were to ask people to do it? Because I've had some people say, "Oh, no problem, I'll just use Whisper." Other people say, "Well, I'll use this and that, all various things." So, because accuracy is very important in this. Um,
Mhm.
but obviously this isn't quite the same level as I know a legal thing where you need a human being actually looking over every single word.
Okay, well, that's a great question. And actually, I worked on a very similar project with one of my previous clients. And that project was basically creating the AI agent, which was the instructor based on hundreds of videos of one popular YouTuber in real estate space. And the way I was able to transcribe all of his videos was by utilizing the API, which lets you to get the transcripts of many YouTube videos just in one run of the script. I have taken a look at how it works on Vimeo, and the question I have is, are you the owner of those videos which
Yes.
are posted? Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. They're
Wonderful.
all out.
Then this way, I will be able to write the similar script, which will download each and every video one by one. And I assume that considering that it is the formal videos, the quality of audio must be quite good there.
Yes.
Therefore, we indeed can use some speech to text tools like Whisper in order to turn them into the transcriptions. And Whisper also allows us to add timestamps to the transcript and even differ between different speakers in case there are multiple speakers. So this way, we will be able to create the transcriptions of all those thousands of hours, not completely easily, but without manual labor. So it will be just the work of automated script.
Right. So each of the instructors is by themselves. So there's only going to be one person
Oh,
speaking. However, I would imagine that the data is going to be in chunks. So how do we ensure that all of that is not cutting off halfway through a word, or it's misinterpreting it? Like how do we go about doing that?
mhm. Well, the first thing I must say that especially after GPT-5 has rolled out, LLMs, particularly new models like 2.5 from Gemini, or I think we're gonna use OpenAI's GPT-5, they are quite good at understanding what is meant just from half the word. So even if the transcript is not perfect, there is very little chance of that AI agent will produce some nonsense. But I would say that first of all, I will also use not Whisper, but the GPT for all transcribe because it's much better at detecting the words even from not the perfect audio. And eventually, I can tell you that I remember from the previous project, even though sometimes the phrases were not complete, but to be honest, sometimes even even the actual pronunciation of the speaker can be imperfect. So there are some fillers or not completely fully ended sentences. And even though that was the case in that project with creating the AI instructor based on the YouTube videos of the real estate expert, the me and my client we were able to achieve the good quality of responses even with some imperfections in both speakers speech and maybe some again inaccuracies of the STT model.
Got it. Great. So how long would it actually take to transcribe the videos and get them into a state ready to put on a database for a thousand? Yeah, I mean either 1,000 hours or per hour, or just so I have an idea on the time.
Hmm. Uh, well, I think this is the very process of me writing the script to turn those videos into the structured transcripts. It will be just a couple of hours, including testings and figuring out how Gmail API works and how long the script itself will be running. So going over each video, it depends on the amount of videos and how fast the internet speed, I think, yes, it is because of downloading each videos and sending it to the transcription API here and then adding it to the file and then saving it. So it rather depends on factors like internet speed, the amount of videos, and how fast is the processing of transcription API.
Okay. What would be the estimated cost for, let's say, 1,000 hour of spoken word?
I think $1,000,
Okay, so it's like about $1 an hour.
something like this. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is getting this data into a database. So there will be different instructors. Obviously, we don't, I don't know, maybe having one God agent that knows them all, but I think it would be maybe more practical to have separate agents for each instructor to emulate them. What would be the implications of actually taking this data and getting it, logically arranged in a database?
Actually, the transcripts are not structured data, so I'm not even
Right.
sure that we are gonna need the database per se. Yet, considering on what platform we will choose in order to build the AI agent on, quite often it's as simple as just providing the access to the big maybe .txt file containing all of the transcriptions, and AI agent will utilize it as its knowledge base. Or maybe the better way would be to convert that huge transcriptions file into more standardized knowledge base file, which is still just rather the document than some table type database. So I think using the database isn't the issue for this project.
Interesting. So that challenges my understanding of this because I would imagine that's a lot of words. So if someone asks, how will it pass to find the best match, right? I wouldn't want to wait for like 5 minutes for it to go through everything each time, right?
Well, if we choose to work within OpenAI's infrastructure, they provide a built-in vector store module, which allows to not to go very deep into details, but we basically download this maybe huge file, but for TXT file like 10 megabytes, that's what's going to be huge. And then in this vector store, this big file is broken down into little chunks, which allows the AI agent or LLM in particular to find the relevant and uh, yeah, relevant to the user's query terms and sentences much faster due to the way vector database search is working. So the the size of the knowledge base is not the obstacle for the fast query. That's what I can assure you.
Understood. Understood. Um, so yeah, and so this is a good thing I asked you about this because um, other other companies I've talked to have talked about, you know, the fact that they're going to have to put a lot of work into actually structuring the data. Um, but it sounds from what you're saying is that there's a kind of app that will do it. What are the kind of accuracy implications of this? Because you know, people pay a fair amount of money. We want it to be very, very accurate
Mhm.
um, in its answers. So, uh, am I just over worried about the structuring of the data?
Um, I think that there is nothing to be concerned about because I think the way I was able to find the solution for this issue to avoid the AI agent making things up, I include in the prompt the section which instructs the AI agent to cite where it has got the response to the certain question. And for example, it would say that use this candlestick strategy as it's stated in the sixth module of that video. So this way, the AI agent is both more like not more likely, but it is even more instructed to actually look for for the information in the knowledge base as well as provide the evidence in its output. So that's kind
Right.
of the solution.
Yeah. So that's something that is we would definitely want would be citations. That kind of leads back to, I guess, the earlier question with regards to time stamping. So would we be time stamping per word, per sentence? Um,
Well, the way GPT-4o transcribe does it, it's mostly the sentences, something like phrases, which are every 5 seconds of text. But it's quite accurate. So it is just deviating maybe 5 seconds back and forth in terms of exact time.
good. Cool. What would be the time scale once the data is created to actually get it on whatever database? How long will that
Uh,
take?
you mean to
So we've got the 10 megabyte text file with everything. How long to get that onto a database ready to connect to an agent?
mm, again, if we go with OpenAI, that's literally just drag and drop of the file. They have it
Okay,
incredibly easy. Yes.
cool. How can we ensure accuracy of results?
Mm,
Um, Actually, that's the question probably comes a little bit later. No, I guess because I'm reasonably comfortable with the prompt, and I would imagine I've done a little bit on OpenAI platform, so it's fairly easy to where the data where you put the data just lies below the prompt, right? So yeah, so it's very important to us that the answers are accurate. How do we ensure that? Low hallucinations, um, true answers.
Well, uh, again, that previous approach, that approach which I mentioned previously with correct prompting will help. And also, um, I will. So basically, there is this parameter in LLM which is called temperature, and it controls how creative the LLM gets. And I will just I think I noticed that the best value for this parameter is like 0.2. And what it means is as the temperature is closer to zero, less AI model is likely to hallucinate and make things up. But it just sticks to the exact instructions and to providing the replies based on the information from the knowledge base. So that would be the solution which will work for you the way it worked for other decades of projects you've worked on.
Right. So just make it more deterministic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Um, what would any red flags be if I was interviewing people to do this project? What kind of comments would people give me that would make me think they're not experienced or not knowledgeable to handle a project of this kind of scope?
Well, you mentioned that some people said that it's gonna be 2 months and it's gonna be very hard. I think that's I don't know. Maybe those people just want to get more money. Maybe they can actually deliver a good work, but just overextend the production time. But I
Mm.
think that's a red flag because it doesn't take that long. Absolutely not. And I think if people do not use some specific terms, such as explaining the certain parameter or not mentioning the name of the model, etc., that also could be a bit of a red flag because the person doesn't provide the specifics on how they will do what they say they're gonna.
Cool. What would be the advantages or disadvantages of using separate systems outside of OpenAI? So, having like another party do the was it the automatic speech recognition, maybe having a database on Fly.io or something like that.
Mhm.
Would there be any advantages to that?
I don't think so. I wanted to say that there may be a bit better pricing, but you will rather save time if you just go with OpenAI. So you will still will maybe pay like 20% more using only OpenAI, but you will not have to waste time setting up extra connections and managing the cost on other platforms. So I think you would be good just going with OpenAI.
Brilliant. Um, Finally, I'd like to ask about kind of approximate costs. So you've mentioned the just the cost on actually doing the data. Can you walk me through the expected costs of each phase of the project? So yeah, getting it from sorry, I should probably clarify the final stage. The final stage is we'd like a way for students to interact with it, but we want to control basically we want the students who are actually still students to access it. So whether that be a login, a web page, a we just an interface basically. So what would be the cost of each stage to get it from someone handing over a load of Vimeo files to providing someone with, I don't know, a web page with a login that we can access the agent?
Okay, yeah. Would you like the chatbot? I think that's the way we will deploy it in the form of chatbot. Would you like it to be published on your school's webpage?
Well, the school doesn't have that kind of advantage. It would need to be a separately hosted website.
Uh-huh.
Um, you can't have plugins on Skool, but yeah, something to that
No, no, no.
effect. Just so
I
we can
meant your
get
school. I meant your school, like
oh,
your trading
right,
school.
sorry,
No
because the
problem.
actual website we're using is Skool, Skool.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
actually, I remember I was talking to the other client, and he's a coach, and he was trying to embed custom HTML in Skool, but
Good
they
luck.
doesn't offer it yet. They don't offer it yet.
No, we're actually moving over. Like we're using Discord. Well, we're slowly moving over to using Discourse because it's just better.
Oh, discourse.
Yeah, it's like an open source forum, but it's really configurable. So you
Mm-hmm.
can set it up exactly how you like, and it integrates everything. But for the purposes of just me getting a general idea, let's say it was just hosted on a website.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What?
anyways, it's not gonna be the problem because the basically the final product is a code snippet which can be embedded on virtually any custom HTML web page where the person can talk to the AI agent.
Okay,
And just a ballpark, I think we will have something like 4 milestones in this project.
okay.
And that's the first one is preparation of the data. The second one
Oh,
would
hang
be,
on, sorry. I'm just writing it down. Okay, preparation of data. Yep.
yeah, I also recommend to use Firefly. It's like AI note taker. That's
Ah,
like for the future. Yeah. And the second part would be, what do you think, prepare the data, and then the determination of what is the exact functionality of the AI agent. So must it provide any links? Must it provide links to some videos, or should it be just text? So basically conversational. Then
okay.
that's gonna be the second part, and the third is the actual development. So I think uh, I think that I I'm going to use voice flow. No, I am actually going to use the other platform. It's called Flowwise AI. It's very customizable, and I will be able to connect your OpenAI account to the platform and do all of the um, detailed processes which will make the agent work exactly as you want. So fine-tuning the model in order to make the style of replies to be just the way you want it to be, and providing the knowledge base from the data prepared in the milestone one. So I would say, yeah, the milestone 3 is actual development, and the final milestone is deploying the agent on either your uh, community in discourse, or if not, then no problem. I will develop the actually Flowwise AI allows you to just insert the link and the the student just click on it and talk to the AI agent on the separate dedicated web page. So it's actually not gonna be even that time consuming in terms of development. So yeah, the first step is putting this chatbot out there and seeing what is wrong, what should be improved, and just doing it 1 or 2 times in order to reach the desired state of the project.
Got it. Right. So stage one's preparing the data. Then stage two is determining the scope of the agent. Then stage three would be development. I'm not entirely. So this would be writing the code, um, connecting the vector file, writing the prompt. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
Broadly.
one of these are some of the steps which go into the development of really well working
Okay.
AI chatbot.
What other steps would there be in development? Just generally speaking.
Mm, I think the good thing would be to fine tune the AI model. So basically, it is more likely to output the responses in the manner which aligns with your brand and the manner which you deem is more acceptable. And
Brilliant.
also also creating the account on flowwise.ai, well, flowwiseai.com for you, and bringing all of those things such as the credentials from OpenAI, fine-tuned model from OpenAI, the vector database onto flowwise.com, so that this all is orchestrated and functions as the consummate AI system. So AI chatbot in simple terms, and then it is ready to be either embedded on some of your resources or just accessed via dedicated link.
Brilliant. So very briefly, I know time is very nearly upon us. So stage one, what would be the expected cost of the preparation of data?
Well, I said $1,000, but I see that we have quite outlined plan for the project, so I would reduce this for to I think $700, so 30% discount there.
Okay. Okay. And the stage two, the determination of the agent function, what the expected cost of that be?
I think it's gonna be quite a quick one, so just $500.
Okay. Development.
Development is gonna be the lengthiest one, so it's gonna be $1,200.
And then deployment.
Uh, $500. Yeah, it's
Okay.
including the fixing of potential bugs issues.
Brilliant. Wonderful. This has been extremely helpful. Thank you so much, Max. Really good.
You're
Is
welcome,
this something
Jonathan.
is this something you'd be interested in doing?
Uh, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
What's the name of your community?
Sure.
Stu-
So it's the under the umbrella of the Trading Cafe. So the Trading Cafe, we got 1,000 we got 1,000 reviews on Trustpilot with 4.8. So we're, we're
yeah,
upstanding. And the we've got an associate. So the Trading Cafe is free, but then we've got the Trading Academy, which is paid. Basically, people pay. We've got people who so we've found people who actually trade, and then we've turned their knowledge into a curriculum, and then we have sessions where they answer student questions. So it functions very much like a university. I will write this in chat. Um, well, I'll send you the. Hang on, maybe if I can find you there, Max. There we are. Yeah, so it is the Trading Cafe. So yeah, if you have a look, if you have any questions, I've got a meeting with um, leadership tomorrow, and I will be collating all of this together. But if this is something you're interested in, I
yes.
like how you speak. I like how you speak. Very clear.
Thank you.
So brilliant.
Likewise.
Thanks so much. All right. Well, you have a wonderful day. Speak soon.
Yeah, you too. Bye, John.
Bye.